Alright, welcome back. Time to continue where I left off on this last So, quick update, I changed my team, so my tank is no longer Noel. I'm using Beidou for my tank as a sub DPS, Kiki as my healer, MC as my support, and my main DPS is Yanfei. Right. Cool. 2 item level.
Aha, you made it. As promised, I found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liu Qixing would hide the Geo-Archon's vest.
So, where is he?
He certainly is. Come, I took the liberty of...
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
That isn't really the Geo-Archon, the actual Geo-Archon.
Hi. Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhong Li, consultant to an organization known as Wang Sheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui. Indeed, Wang Sheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
Walk in the shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wangshan some kind of business involving dealing with people?
Indeed. It is as you have guessed. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials. We ensure that those who pass on do so in peace.
Huh?
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly. Well, they are still I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhongli because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan Ningguang. But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhongli has to say, shall we?
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst. As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Liyue's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition. It is sacrilege.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng funeral parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go unattended to. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animo Archon, could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo Archon's last rites?
A wise decision. The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the 7.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again. If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we walk.
Aren't you the Geo Archon, Zhongli?
Alright, my bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it? You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks, and get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks in the meantime.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, Traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue? I see. So you're that sort of person. It's not a bad thing. But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,700 years of divinity. Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part of your travels. Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here. Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connections.
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure. These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply for any subsequent funding.
What?
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparation.
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. It's cheap and it's fun, and who—
Betting?
Noctilucous Jade, of...
Radiant Grade, Noctilucous Jade? I see. What do you think? The Jade Mystery is an old name in the jade business. Just look at that wonderful...
These 3 pieces, but how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Oh? If it were me, the answer...
Oh?
I'll take them all, boss.
Oh, you act with such
Oh, wait! Hey! If we only need 1 for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the Mora if we buy them all?
Oh, it is as you say.
Huh?
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora.
What?
All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
What? Is this how they're... Well, he knows a lot about...
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my limit. Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous Jade is indeed very tricky. As crude only after the item made using Noctilucous Jade has taken. If you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa!
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade. A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger, the patterns, the facade. These are all the finger. Noctilucous Jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. It is the moon. Noctilucous Jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, the higher its quality. I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you.
Priceless, huh? We're back to buy some rocks, boss.
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell? That would... How about this? I can take a small sample of all...
Don't worry. I know the rules. As long as we can prove...
All right. Take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Aren't these too thick? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are...
If I'd taken off...
But wouldn't something this...
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach.
What sort of condition...
While we...
Oh!
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet...
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out. You mean at Wanmin...
That would not do. It is a place...
Oh, Paimon remembers. We once saw this big pop... Now, let...
What the? What the hell is it doing it all the way? You got to be kidding me. At.
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the Nation of Wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
Looks like the hilly trolls are still using it. It's a bit impolite, but we gotta cut the line. Boom, boom! Rise. There's still soup in here. These hilly trolls sure have big appetites. This soup looks like it could be used as our hydro-elemental protection. We're ready to go. Paimon will help remember. Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter, and Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier... Rain! Oh, Lord of Geo, please do us a favor and clear this up at your earliest convenience. I submit that we cannot afford for the codices to get down. Wrap up the flame. Whoa, that light came from the first Noctilucous Jade. Hilly trolls are surrounding us again! Were they attracted by the light? Such nosy neighbors! Let's take care of them and continue again after. Boom, boom!
It's just a little lightning. No need to fear it on the open ocean, so there's even less need to fear it on dry land.
That light came from the second Noctilucous Jade, didn't it? More hilly trolls? They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food.
Back off!
Motion to compel. Inadmissible evidence. Incinerate. Oh, that's bright. Too bright. That was the third Noctilucous Jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one. Let's head back to the Jade Mystery to buy some jade, shall we? This weather's got me in the mood for reciting some laws. Let's see.
You're back, my friend.
Exactly.
No problem.
Then we'll take a box of...
Done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but... Parting? Oh, it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, it is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade Mystery that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, all things...
Are you sure?
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
In the safe hands of the Liu Qixing and good honest merchants such as yourself, I for one believe that Liu will continue to prosper as it...
All right, thank you.
Now that we've made our choice.
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price. No.
Oh, right, I'm sorry. As I thought, I didn't...
Any what?
Mora, my apologies. Another oversight on my part.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small... That's a relief. Have a look.
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum wasn't quite enough.
Well, it's settled then.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single mora.
It seems that we must.
Cool. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
We can leave the jade here. I have already called for it. Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as...
Guess we can't do anything else.
Yes. I have already rented this location, and have begun making preparations for the rite. That's right. The Liu Qixing have...
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, also the...
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all... These things are for the authorities in Yujing Terrace to consider. Before the rite is conducted, the...
Golden House?
The only mint in Liu, which is to say the only mint in Tevat. All...
Oh, no! But why do you know this, Mr...
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available. Perhaps each has their motive. In Liu, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. Well then, we...
Perfumes?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. Silk flower petals can...
It's time for...
can't beat the atmosphere here.
Oh, over.
Hey, boss, do you
Silk flowers?
which kind?
Ugh, you ignorant.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, you two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute. Now then, please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if...
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environment... Just look at the abundant foliage here. And these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in... Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, it has a subtle yet enduring scent. It was first discovered by the ancients when they scaled the mountains in search of the Adepti. Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over Liyue's...
Wow! A true
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli.
I'll take them all.
Again?
How can I put this? But this silk flower purchase is... Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the Seven. Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the Seven in 3,700 years. As such. Now that's settled.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli?
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are to be an offering to the Lord of Geo himself?
Yes.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? It would be bad luck to say it out loud. But since these flowers will be used...
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances in support of local business.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your
Our skins?
Please, it's...
So, now that we've got the...
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunate.
Talk about fur...
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city.
So this time we get to...
I will wait for you near the...
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild.
Oh yeah.
What?
I thought so.